In this video, we'll walk through some of the common problems that users face when using the CCS plugin in MPLAB X and how to fix them. How do I add the CCS compiler to MPLAB X's list of compiler toolchains? Why isn't MPLAB X finding my CCS compiler even though I have the plugin installed? There are two options for adding the CCS compiler to MPLAB X's list of compiler toolchains. The first option is to add ccsc.exe to Windows path. The second option is to add ccsc.exe to MPLAB X's build tools. When MPLAB X starts, it searches the computer's execution path for any compatible compiler toolchains. In the CCSC compiler's case, it searches for ccsc.exe and ccscon.exe. In Windows, changing the execution path requires changing the path environment variable. The process of finding this dialog is different for each Windows, but typing environment variable in the control panel search bar should find the proper tool. Once path has been updated with the location of the CCSC compiler's installed directory, exit and start MPLAB X and it will automatically find the compiler. To manually add a compiler to MPLAB X that isn't in the computer's execution path can be done from MPLAB X's option screen. From the MPLAB X menu, select Tools and then Options. On the Options screen, select the Embedded screen and then the Build Tools tab. There is an Add button on the left side for adding more toolchains. Multiple versions of the CCSC compiler can be added to MPLAB X if each one is installed to a different directory. How do I change project properties like the include path? Changing project properties can be done in MPLAB X by selecting File and then Project Properties. This opens the Project Properties dialog. CCSC compiler-specific options can be found in the section labeled Compiler Options. This includes setting the include directories for the project. I have several versions of CCSC compilers installed on my computer. How do I tell MPLAB X which one to use? This setting is saved to each individual project. To change which compiler to use, the project settings need to be changed. From the MPLAB X menu, select File and then Project Properties. From the Project Properties window, select the Configuration category on the left side of the window. On the right side of the window, you can see all the available compilers under the Compile Toolchain section. Select the compiler you want to use, and press Apply and then OK. As you may recall from earlier, multiple versions of the CCSC compiler can be added to MPLAB X from Build Tools if each version is installed to a separate directory. In my project, there are many red underlines. Why does MPLAB X think that there are a lot of syntax errors in the code? MPLAB X treats any file with an uppercase.c extension as a C++ file. Since the CCSC compiler is not a C++ compiler, MPLAB X triggers many valid lines as a syntax error. Newer versions of MPLAB X may display a warning in the output section instead of showing syntax errors. There are two possible resolutions. The first option is to rename the file to have a lowercase.c extension. In order to change the case of an extension in Windows, you must first change the beginning part to something else. Change the beginning part back and update the extension at the same time so that changing the case stays. The second option is to change the MPLAB X settings so an uppercase.c file is a C file and not a C++ file. To change these settings, from the MPLAB X menu, select Tools and then Options. On the Options screen, select the Embedded screen and then the Other tab. Use the Edit buttons to change the association. Performing either of these steps may require you to delete your MPLAB X project and create a new one. How do I fix the issue in MPLAB X with getting error number 7? Invalid preprocessor directive export requires IDE. Some versions of MPLAB X add the make file to the project's included files, which forces a multiple compilation build to be done. For any customer who does not have the IDE version of the CCS compiler, this causes the following error to occur when building the project. Error number 7: invalid preprocessor directive export requires IDE. To fix this issue, you need to manually remove the make file from the project. Open the project properties from the File menu. Select File Inclusion/Exclusion on the left-hand side. Then under Included Files, select Make File and click the arrow button to move it over to the excluded files side. Finally, click the Apply button followed by the OK button at the bottom of the Project Properties box to save the changes. After making the above changes, the project should build correctly, assuming no errors in the project's code. Using the CCS compiler within the CCS IDE offers a highly integrated and streamlined development environment specifically tailored for PIC microcontroller programming. This close integration reduces setup time, minimizes configuration errors, and enhances productivity by providing a cohesive toolchain from code writing to device programming. The CCS IDE has powerful debugging tools designed to work seamlessly with CCS development hardware. If you already own a CCS compiler and want to upgrade to the CCS IDE, visit ccsinfo.com to check for an upgrade discount. In the menu, go to Support and then Maintenance and Renewals. Fill out the form to see your upgrade offer. Visit ccsinfo.com for more information about the easy-to-use CCS compiler IDE and for purchasing options.